I want to share a quick word about being mentally incarcerated. I'm a part of this kingdom fellowship where, they have things for those who are incarcerated and those who are returning home from incarceration and those who have came home from incarceration. There's all kind of resources out there, whether it be homes, jobs, vehicles. These people are doing it, and I'm glad to be a part of, the kingdom of God. And what God has been doing is just rarely done, because like Jesus said, go out into the world and teach the gospel. But I like to say, more than anything, live the gospel. So we had a meeting last night, and a couple people got up there and said, yeah, I do prison ministry, but I've never been incarcerated. And I was just thinking, like, wow, no matter if you've never been physically incarcerated in a prison or a county jail, doesn't mean that you're not mentally incarcerated, because no matter who you are, what you do, there's some type of mental incarceration that's taken place in your mind, and I like to say the mental incarceration that a lot of people suffer from is not necessarily in a prison, but I would like to say a camp. Because one thing about a camp, you have the right to walk away when you feel like this program isn't for you. But when it comes to being no longer being mentally incarcerated, that's going to take a lifetime. And that's where the camp can do you good. And I'm just using camp as a, I don't know why my mind went blank, but as a preference, and when you really look at the camp, there's all the things that you need. And I'm using camp as a way of saying in life, because this is a never ending journey when it comes to, being totally free in your mindset and growing spiritually. Because when you really make a conscious decision to want to change and no longer be mentally incarcerated at the place you were over here, it's going to take work. And so that's one thing that is missing more than anything, because I know a lot of brothers that's incarcerated in prison that's free mentally. You know what I mean? And so it's like, this stuff is deep when you really look into it, because it's like, I put a post on Facebook and Instagram today about, being in a position doesn't qualify you for the position, because that's what's wrong with a lot of the world today. You got a lot of people who aren't qualified to be in a position, and one thing about the kingdom of God, he doesn't care what your title is, who your daddy is, or how much money you got. If you're not qualified to help people, you just won't be participating, in the kingdom of God. And that's one thing where I hate to say that. I don't hate to say it because it's the truth. The church gets stuck and not progressing past the building, because they limit most of the people, because that's why they're so just, intrigued and can't wait to get there on Sunday or whenever Bible class and just marvel at the pastor and continue to be in this mentally limited mindset to where they can't progress and do what God intended for us to do, instead of just sitting in church all day. That's why people out here hurting, and then more and more ministries is popping up all over the place. Deliverance this and we the people over there, and missionary that. And then it's like, at the end of the day, what is y'all doing outside of mentally incarcerating people? So I just want to share that real quick. Peace.